Hey traders, here is a little follow-up video on the profit release phase strategy. Because I got some questions, people were backtesting the strategy, taking like every signal, or in my opinion, I had the feeling that some stuff was not clear enough, so I wanted to go quickly over some trades I took today and how I analyze the signals on the 1 minute time frame and the higher time frame in a little bit more detail. So I have this GBP USD chart open here, the 1 minute chart, and here's the 4 hour chart. And I took two trades today. You can see them right here where this little red arrow and the yellow arrow is. And I took this, that was a sell signal in the morning, and I took this buy signal in the late afternoon. And here is what happened on the 4 hour. You can see these arrows here as well. And first of all, when I got the this signal in the morning, I quickly like this needs some experience, but you can clearly see that market was, besides like these excess areas you got here, was in this box. You get these spikes down here, you got spikes up here. So I marked this area. It doesn't have to be like super precise, like on the wick or whatever, because usually when you compare different brokers and price feeds, you will see that these spikes are always a little bit different. So don't be too much precise on these. You will when you get a signal, like the scanner gives me a signal on the 1 minute time frame. What I'm looking for is what is the candle doing right now, and you can see here was my entry. So by that time, like this movement that I got this pencil tool here. When I get the signal and this move down happened, the candle was on the 4 hour. It was like going, like coming down from this line and was looking kind of like this. So for me, that was a clear indication. Yes, this will go down and will probably go down until this lower line I marked here. And you can clearly see it went down exactly to that line. But usually I just set my target because the lines are not too precise. I'm going to set my target for the TP2. So let's delete this. I'm going to show you now when this happens and you watch the 4 hour and you can see the price bouncing down like this, the candle looking like this. You're going to take a look at this signal and you can clearly see you had this area of accumulation before, and you also got these rejections here, and then you get, that's also really important for the signal. And then comes this impulsive move downwards, like really quick in a couple of minutes. The price went down like this, making smaller retracements, like but with these V-shaped patterns, like with these spikes. And let me get a razor here, delete this. And what you want to look for then, when the signal occurred, like right before, price should be not moving that much. It should go into this sort of accumulation. So when I draw what the perfect shape of the price would look like, you have this area of accumulation, probably some rejections maybe. That's a nice to have. And then price goes down really quickly, like not in one move. There can be like smaller retracements with like spikes and stuff like that, but then price stagnates. Can you say that in English? I hope so. Is getting into this accumulation phase, and when you get a signal then and compare it to the 4 hour and see it bounced off already from this line and looks like this, you can clearly take a sell trade. So let's go to the next one, delete all this stuff, and let's also talk a little bit about this signal right here. That's also something really nice to see, because in the last video I told you you don't trade against like these V shapes. Maybe we have a better example. Like, I mean, this shape right here. If there would be a sell signal like right here, I wouldn't take this signal, because that's a strong sign of rejection. Anyway, I didn't take this signal because we had this, of course, we had this impulsive move, but we had like not that much of accumulation here. It was more like a rejection, also like this little spike. And that's the reason why I didn't take this signal. You could have taken this signal because you just had like one impulsive move to the upside, but I'm really picky with my trades, and that's what that needs practice, of course. But after a while, you need to learn this discipline to be profitable. I mean, this trade is by now like that would have been like a super nice trade with a risk reward ratio of almost 1 to 10, 1 to 11. Great trade. But I didn't take it. I took this one later on, and here you can see exactly the same. You had this area of accumulation, you had this manipulation for stop hunts, and this nice V-shaped pattern, like this nice impulsive move to the upside. And then after, you can clearly see you have this small area where price is like accumulating again, and like one impulsive move, accumulation area here, one impulsive move, accumulation, entry. And price went like fast, really fast to TP2. What happened at the same time, and also that was a reason, let me get back to this signal right here. The reason why I didn't take that signal, because when the entry came, this candle was right here below this resistance line. Of course, if you see this massive rejection of this candle right here, that could have been definitely a good signal for buy, but I was picky. So yeah, that's the reason why I took this trade. I just went for the TP2. I wanted to close it. I wanted to stay safe with it. The other trade I took was today on Euro USD. And let's bring it on the 4-hour chart as well. Here's another one I took a couple of days ago. So this went, in the end it went to TP2, but I took my profit already on the 1-to-1 because I jumped into this trade pretty much. It wasn't a good signal at all. And hopefully you see why. You have this area of accumulation right here, and you have this V-shaped pattern, which looks super nice as an indication for going to the upside. But the problem is this was the first impulsive move, and here you have the area of accumulation, and here you have like a second impulsive move. So that's profit release phase 1. Let's mark it a little bit like phase 1. This was phase 2 already. And usually there is no phase 3. As you can see here, market went down like really hard. And if there would have been a buy signal right here, like that would have been a perfect entry. Because also you can see by the time I got the signal right here, the candle looked like almost like it is right here, like exactly like this, got rejected from this trend line I draw earlier. And that was like I looked at it's a 1 minute chart, you have to be super fast. And I looked at the 4-hour chart and I said like, okay, that's a nice bounce, let's take it. But you should have taken a signal that occurred right here, not in the second impulsive move, because usually the price move is over by that time. Yeah, that's really it. That was the trades I took today, and I can show you right here, for example, this sell trade. This is exactly what you don't want to have. I mean, you have like an area of accumulation here, you have an impulsive move down, but when you get the entry signal, you can clearly see this V-shaped pattern here. That's too much of a rejection. And then the entry signal, like right when price moves like up really fast, a perfect entry signal would have been like area of accumulation, have these tops right here, and this move down, strong move down, impulsive move down, and then an area of accumulation. There can be like small V-shaped spikes in every direction. That doesn't matter, but like a big spike compared like to something like this, and then get an entry signal here, that's definitely a no-go. I hope that helped a little bit. I will try to follow up with a couple of videos, probably not this week, but next week, when I took a couple of trades, and you will see, like this week I took like 7 trades, when I remember correctly. I had 1 loss. I had this 1-to-1 today on Euro USD, and the other trades were like 5 trades were completely 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio. So that's a nice gain for the week, with just risking 1% of my account for each trade. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. See you in the next one. Happy trading.